There is something far worse than being in a negative state of mind. When I walked into my house the other day, I realized I was bracing myself, trying not to feel negative or have any sort of negative thoughts, because that's what I feel every time I walk through the door. And I've noticed that. And I've worked really hard to not have a negative attitude about it. And for a long time, I feel like I haven't been negative about it. But today, for some reason, I noticed how much I was bracing. Yes, this place is less than ideal, but it's not awful. And I've been upset that I feel this way. And I've worked on trying so hard to not feel this way. And this house is temporary, though it is starting to feel like it might be forever. But I should be grateful, because it could be so much worse. But I think having this thought that this is temporary is the thing that I have been telling myself so that I feel better about it. But it is also what has kept me staying here. And then it hit me. This house does not light me up. And that is the truth. Trying to suppress negativity is far worse than the negativity itself. In fact, it is downright toxic. And the more that we do it, the more toxic we become to ourselves. There is something far worse than being unhappy. Trying to convince yourself that things will be better someday without actually doing different things or having any sort of plan is a recipe for resentment and unhealthy, self-directed, self-induced rage. There isn't even really such a thing as negative or positive. There is the truth, and then there is the suppression of truth. The body may keep the score, but the body also speaks. The question to myself is, am I actually listening? The thing is, truth in this world is also not linear. It is intermixed with all kinds of webs. It is not a logical thought process. Once I admitted the truth to myself, once I allowed myself to truly see and feel that truth, that's when I noticed the programming. I realized I've been telling myself I shouldn't be having this thought because I should be grateful. And that is the programming that has kept me stuck. Not allowing myself to recognize the truth of the real feeling or the real feeling of my truth. And even if I did notice it before and have a sense of it, I somehow figured out how to keep it from myself. But this is what the system teaches us. How to wrap our truths up in webs so that we don't feel the reality of it. Because if we could feel the reality of it, we would see our thoughts more clearly, and we would respond differently to our thoughts. And we would change the way that we are behaving and change the way that we respond to the system. So the system teaches us to wrap our truths in webs so that we don't feel the reality of it, because if we did, we would change. And remember, the system does not want change and growth. So this is just a reminder to keep being yourself, because the world needs you exactly as you are, not the way the system wants you to be.